Hiya Duck, welcome to this video where we're going to tell you how you can work effectively and make money as a nail tech. What is going to make you the most money? So it's all about the cha-ching. I mean, it's not all about the cha-ching. It's about being happy at work. And we all seem to be a little bit happier if we know that we're making money and we're not, you know, digging into debt. We don't want that. So I'm going to talk to you about what services that you can provide that are going to make you the most money as a nail tech. If you love nails and you love nail art and everything like that, and you want to do like crazy things like these, do you know what I mean? All these different kind of weird and wonderful designs, you know, like just for example, if you want to do stuff like that, that's not going to make you money. Unfortunately, it's not the money maker, and it makes me sad to say that because that's what I like doing. So what you need is a happy balance of doing nails that you love and doing nails that make you money. The only way that those kind of crazy nail art nails are going to make you money is if you are charging the right kind of money for your time and your expertise. The most profitable, I'll just put my teeth back in, profitable nail service that you can provide is a gel polish application. That's it. Just gel polish, one colour, bish bash bosh, done. It can take you anything from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to do a gel polish application. So it's a quick service, minimal effort. You can charge anything from £25 to £45 easily. This is in the UK for a gel polish manicure. Yeah, it's actually going to make you quite a bit of money. Now say you're working for 8 hours a day, you're going to give yourself a lunch break, which is not very heard of in the nail industry. We all end up working through our lunch. If you give yourself at least half an hour to have some lunch, you think, so if we think we've got 7 hours really to play with, if you did 7 treatments a day, so you did 7 services of gel polish manicure for those 7 hours a day, you're going to make quite a bit of money, aren't you?
Mm.
Yeah.
Do some calculations.
I think we should.
So let's say just at the lowest end,
yeah,
you're charging £25 for a gel polish service, and you're doing 7 of them. So that is £175
per day.
Per day, yeah. Which, to be honest, that's not bad.
Times it by 7. No, times it by 5.
Times by 5. That's £875 a week.
£875 a week.
And how much does it cost you to do a service?
So that kind of service will cost you anything between sort of £2 to £4, £3 to £5, depending on.
So let's say it's the most expensive, £4.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's 35 services a week.
Yeah.
At £4 is £140.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's great money.
And that's on the lower end of the scale.
Yeah, that's on the lower end. So now imagine you're going to do a Sculpting service. It's going to take you a little bit longer. Oscar wants to come in. He'll keep scratching. If you've got to think about, yeah, it's probably going to cost maybe £5 to £6. Yeah? It's going to take you a little bit longer.
So you're going to get less of them done per day?
Less of them done per day. But you could do that in an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, yeah? Even if you think an hour and a half. So should we go to the most time? An hour and a half.
Okay.
So that's going to give you how many in 7 hours?
It's going to be like 4, really. 4 to 5.
4 to 5?
Yeah. So let's say 4.
Okay, so let's say 4.
And you're doing them for...
And you're gonna do those from anything from 40 to 55, 60 pound, depending on your area in the UK.
We'll say 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be doing 4 services at £40 and you're going to be doing that 5 days a week. That's £800.
£800. And what was it per day? So it was 40 times 4.
Yeah, £160.
£160. So you're making slightly less money, but
you're
it's still
spending more time.
You're spending more time.
And your product's going to be a bit more expensive as well.
Yes.
So let's say your product is, what did I say? It was 4.
Yeah, so say £5.
And we're going to say minimum £5.
About £5, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be spending a minimum of £100 a week on stock.
Yeah. So you got to think about that. Then, if you think you want to do acrylics, that's going to take anything from an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes, yeah? Acrylic nails tend to be a bit longer, use a little bit more product. I would still say that actually the cost of that is very much similar to doing a soak-off builder gel. When you think about the cost of it, it is very similar. So the most it's going to cost you is £5, but you're going to take longer, and you're going to charge anything from £45 to £85, depending on the area that you're in. So you think £45, and it's going to take you a little bit longer. But if you go in the middle of the road, an hour and a half, again, you're getting 4 services a day. It's going to be similar to the
builder gel.
To the builder, yeah, to the soak-off builder gel. Now, if you very much similar with Aquagel, but Aquagel I feel like I can do an Aquagel service quicker. So I'll probably get 5 people in per day. So I'll probably do, make a little bit more money. And then you've got to think about if somebody wants nail art, you've then got to add on that time. That added extra time could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, yeah? So as much as I absolutely love nail art, it is not going to make you a lot of money. But if you add on that time and you charge correctly, it will make you money. I am sick of nail techs not charging for nail art. I'm sorry, it's your skill. Would you give something away for free? Would you go out and start giving things away for free? Like start giving, you can have my necklace, you can have my ring, you can do that. You wouldn't do it, would you? So why are you giving your nail art away for free? You need to stop it. Please start charging for your nail art. If you can create nail art, you have a skill. You need to charge for it. You wouldn't go and buy a painting and not be charged for it. So please charge for it. So if you're going to do a salon set of acrylic extensions with nail art, 2 hours, yeah? 2 hour appointment, you're putting them in, it's going to take you between an hour and 15, an hour and a half to get your application down, and then you'll give yourself between a half an hour to an hour to do your nail art, depending on what the nail art is. You've got to charge for it. And that
includes like bling and embellishments and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff, not just the painted art.
Yeah, not just painted art. If that's embellishments. So if you think about how can I reduce the time down for nail art? So yes, you can use stamping plates, you can use transfers, you can use embellishments. But some people want you to hand paint something. They want to see that process. A lot of clients love the fact that you've hand painted something and they go away with it. And people will go, oh my God, is that a transfer? And you're like, oh no, it's hand painted. Hand painted things are of value. Hand-painted pieces of art are of value. They value more than a print. So if you've got the original artwork from an artist, that'll be more expensive than their print, yeah? So it's the same thing. Just think of it like that. These are works of art. So your embellishments are going to reduce down your time because they're quicker to put on. Yes, you can use transfers. Yes, you can use stamping tools, stamping plates. I'm not very good at using stamping plates, as we've found out. But incorporating some like transfer foils, oh my God, absolutely perfect. Transfer foils are great for nail art if you want something quick. They're inexpensive, so get yourself a bunch of transfer foils. Quick nail art can be done with cat eye gel polish. So you can create that little swirl with your cat eye gel polish. It's not going to take you time, but it's actually going to give them kind of a nail art finish. So it's quicker. So cat eye gel polish will always make you more money, yeah? And it's not going to add on too much time. It gives a bit more of a wow factor. A few crystals, bish bash bosh, love, done. If you're adding chrome onto it, you need to charge for that. So anything that's added on extra needs to be charged for. Make sure that is in your booking system or it is on your product, like your service list, that is an extra. Be mindful of, don't undercut yourself. If Sheila down the road is doing nails for 25 quid and you charge 45, so be it. Is Sheila down the road as good as you? Does she have a good reputation? Do you know what I mean? It's you need to value yourself. Do you know when you're in a relationship and you end up splitting up with somebody? It's because you value yourself, yeah? So you need to value yourself as a nail tech. And value your services, and don't just lower your prices because somebody down the road is selling them cheaper. It's a slow decline and it's a very slippy one. Don't do it, because if you just keep doing that, you'll end up making no money. You want to make money, you want to make an income from something that you love. Do not undervalue your services. Think about how much it's cost you to do your training, how much investment into the products you've made, how much, you know, if you've set up your own salon or even a home salon, how much you've invested into that. You need to think about all those things.
Yeah, your overheads as well. Even if you're working in somebody's salon, you're going to be either paying for a chair,
yeah,
or
well, some people do commission things. Some people, you know, have brought their own products. Some people use the salon's products, but at the end of the day, there's always an overhead, even if you're renting a space. You've got to think about that. You don't want to be sat at the end of the month thinking, I've only made this and now I've got to pay these bills, because you'll end up leaving. You'll end up leaving the business and you won't do it. So you've got to structure your pricing correctly. Maybe write down the different products that you've got, make a spreadsheet of the products you've got, how long they last, how much you use. I mean, we've got a video that shows you how many applications you get from one gel polish bottle, which I think, was it 390?
I can't remember, but it was a lot.
It was a lot. You got a lot. I know one of our directors said, I think we've made this product too good because it lasts too long. And I was like, no, I think we did a good thing by that. You know, you want to make money from the bottles. But yeah, do it if you do a spreadsheet and just jot all this down, all your expenses and everything like that. So you know that you're a bit organised and you know how much it's going to cost you and how much money you need to make. That'll help you choose your prices, because obviously if you're in London, for instance, it's going to cost you more money because everything's more expensive. But if you're in the northeast, where Adam's from, everything's a little bit cheaper, as in houses are cheaper, aren't they? So rent will be a little bit cheaper. So you've got to think about your area as well, and don't just think that the clients won't pay it. There's a certain amount that they will pay, and you can just bounce in that area.
And it's about the actual service that you provide along with the nails as well.
Yes, it's not just about the treatment.
Yeah, because, we know the cheap non-standard salons.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get, but also we know it's inferior products and things like that.
Yeah.
There's no conversation. It's just put your hand out, bish, 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 bash, bosh. You're in and out as fast, you cut to pieces.
Yeah.
And maybe you can go about your day, but you want to actually have a bit of that experience.
Definitely, it's definitely about giving an experience to that client that comes, because they want to relax. They want to come in to your working area and just shut off from the world and have some quality time for them. And there are salons that you'll go in that you won't get that. So if you provide that, you know, think about that as well. That's an added bonus, and that's going to keep them coming back. Even if you are £10 more expensive or £5 more expensive, as long as they're having a great experience while they're in your presence and you're doing their nails, they will come back. If you do a good job, you make them feel great, the environment's lovely, they will come back, I promise you.
What if they're in mobile tech?
Oh, so if you're a mobile tech, then you've got to think about your expenses when it comes to your travel.
But I suppose that's not just the petrol cost.
No.
It's the time that it takes you to get between clients.
Yeah.
And the convenience for them.
Yeah.
They're not having to pay to get to you.
Because if you think about convenience stores are more expensive than if you went to a big supermarket. The reason they're more expensive is because they are convenient. So if you go to the Co-op, it's going to be more expensive than you go if you went to Asda, for instance, or Aldi, whatever. So you've got, you know, charge for that convenience as well. Obviously, you're going to do all the same things where you're going to create a nice environment. Obviously, you don't control the workspace, but you control your area that you set up. You are in control of how you present yourself. So think about all these things when you're, you know, developing your personal brand, because it is your own personal brand that you're developing. And if all that's great, then you'll get repeat custom and your books will be busy, and you'll be busy and you'll be making lots of money as long as you price everything right.
And what about your marketing of your business?
Oh my God, right, marketing. If you're doing any kind of marketing, whether that's social media posts, sometimes people post just to post. There needs to be a goal behind it. What is the aim of your post? You need to make sure your personal brand is recognisable. So when they see your post, they know it's you. So they'll stop and look at it. Make sure it's eye-catching. Always put your availability on there so people can book. Obviously, you can use booking systems as well and promote that way. But I would always promote your services and also promote the experience that clients have. You know, if you can get clients to do reviews, amazing. Put them out there. You can get consent from a client to share like a little part of their experience. People love that because they love like the fly on the wall experience. They love doing that. I do videos on Instagram now and then where I've just got a camera and I'm doing a consultation and people love it. And I'm literally just chatting to my client, and you can do things like that so they know it's a comfortable environment and they're going to have a great experience. So yeah, always have that goal or that aim for your marketing, but keep it on brand.
Just going on the booking systems there, because I follow obviously more beauty people than I would probably care to admit.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of people, especially over Christmas, that were getting let down by clients.
Yeah.
You know, and like this is their livelihood, and the client's just not turning up.
Yeah.
Or they're cancelling last minute. And you know, yes, they'll rebook, but you know, you forgone another client at that point to fit them in at that.
Yeah,
and
that is.
There's a lot of like people that don't take deposits. You know, they don't or take payments up in full.
Yeah.
Or have booking systems that have clever things.
And obviously, I use Booksy, and the reason I use Booksy is because they pay, if they don't show, they pay 50% of their appointment fee. You can set that up actually. You can do like, they can do a booking fee of £10. That obviously then gets knocked off their service. And then at least you know you're getting something instead of being let down. And what that does, it encourages them to definitely turn up because they're sort of held to ransom, aren't they? So they will come back. So Booksy is obviously great for that. But yeah, I think a lot of people are afraid to take a booking fee. But do you know, if you go to like a big restaurant, If you go to like a big restaurant and you book in for
Pay a deposit.
you pay a deposit. So why would they not do it for the nails, or whether it's hair or barbering, or it could be anything, any kind of beauty treatment, because us nail techs also, lots of us do other beauty treatments as well. I do brow lamination, lash lift. It doesn't matter. They should be paying a deposit. People expect to pay a deposit now more than ever, and I think COVID had a little bit to do with that. It's not just in our, industry, in the restaurant industry. People need to make sure that their arse is covered. You wouldn't, because if the client doesn't turn up, you're not getting paid, and I'm sure they wouldn't like to go to work and not get paid. But the more you introduce something like that, the more they just get used to it and accept it, and it just is what it is. I do it. I'll go to book me Botox, but I still have to pay a deposit. Do you know what I mean? It's just the norm now. So you've got to kind of move with the times.
If a client didn't turn up, this is going to be a two-pronged question.
Yeah.
If a client doesn't turn up, what do you do with your time?
Yeah.
At that point, but what do you do with the client?
Yeah.
So there's two different questions there.
Yeah. Well, if you've set up that you're going to get 50% or you're going to get a decent deposit, it kind of puts less stress on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you?
But if you haven't, even if you know half an hour before that they're not coming, get it on social media straight away. I mean, there is a boost button on Booksy that will boost it into their universe of platform. So if people are looking for somebody who's got availability, it'll come up there. But with time-wise, utilise that time, whether it's creating advanced nail art, so you can use the fantasy nail forms that we sell to create nail stickers. You can create 3D nail art, and then that's already done for when somebody comes and has their nails done. You can go, I've created these, would you like these? It's saving you time, but they're still going to pay for it.
Yeah, you're going to charge them extra for that work.
You're still going to charge them extra, but you're actually cutting down your time, so you're still making money. It's about utilising that time a little bit better. Or even if you think, in that time, I need to do some social media posts. So you've got an hour, and you can sit down and plan ahead. And I would definitely always put onto your social medias your policy for cancellation. If you've got your cancellation policy, be strict with it. Don't let people take the piss out of you.
And what if they do?
If they do take the piss out of you, and if you've got Booksy, there's a block button. You can block them from booking. So that's actually really good. And obviously, if they're on social media and you don't want them ever to book with you again, you can block them. You can obviously have a conversation of, why you're not happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people have valid reasons.
Yes.
Even though it's very easy to send a text.
It is.
Or, just an apology.
Yeah.
It's very quick to do. Some people might be scared about doing that. But at the end of the day, you have to have that conversation.
Yeah, you've got to have that conversation. If you know that you get to know your clients, and if you know that is not, Callie doesn't normally do that, there must be something up, and it's out of the ordinary, then you can work with that client, but they'll still have to pay that deposit. That's already come out of their account anyway.
But if it hasn't, I suppose that's where
if it hasn't,
there's a lot of people who don't use these booking systems
because people are scared because they get used to using the pen and paper and things like that. I know that Sarah, who I know, doesn't use a booking system because she's scared of it. But she is being really, really strong now, and she's got her big girl pants on, and she tells them if they cancel less than 24 hours before, they have to pay for that full appointment. She will have that conversation with them. You don't get me wrong, what you can do is, if we're all human, if you do feel for that person, you could do, a 20% discount on their next service, but they still got to pay for the service that they have missed, or at least that deposit. But you need to be strong don't give things away for free, because this is your livelihood. This is your business. Don't give them away for free. So do stand your ground. And if they get arsey, then they're not the client for you. If they become rude and abrupt, they are not the client for you. You need to block them and don't let them book again. Because once somebody starts to take the mick out of you and push those boundaries, they'll just keep doing it again and again, because they got away with it, so why would they not do it again? So that's why you do need to be really strong and firm from day dot. Do you know what I mean?
It's always good also to have these conversations via text,
Yeah.
because then there's a record of it.
Oh my God, yes. There's a paper trail. Yes. So especially if you've got somebody that's new that's booking in and you haven't got a booking system, make sure you send them your cancellation policy, because then they can't turn around and say, well, I didn't know this. Well, you do, because I sent you the cancellation policy already. So make sure you do that as well. One thing that I think is really important as well is to have good quality products. If you invest in really cheap products that are inferior, what will happen is they won't last. So your clients will, in a few days' time, have chipped nails, and they will be ringing your phone or contacting you on social media or sending you emails, contacting you, saying this has happened, and then you will have to repair it. So that's going to add more time. If you get service breakdown because of cheap, inferior products, then you're going to be losing a lot of money. So it's much better to invest in a quality product that you know will last, because you don't want them clients keep coming back, because you're like, you know, you want to do them. Yes, you've got the money. Everybody's had a great experience. Off they go. They show everybody the nails, and then everybody says, ooh, who's done your nails? Them are nice. And then you get more customers that way as well. Word of mouth is always the best type of marketing. But if they go away and you've used something that is really cheap and really inferior, and it's going to start falling off, you know, after like 2 or 3 days, then they're going to tell people. You know what it's like. People like to gossip and tell people bad stuff.
Yeah, so your comments sections into things are always negative, aren't they? Because it's much easier for people to be negative these days than be positive.
Yeah.
You know,
which is silly, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really silly. I mean, if something's good, we just forget about it, and it's like, great, that's it, it's done. But if it's bad, it sticks there with you.
Yeah. It does.
And you know, if there are things, you know, nails are popping off, people are going to tell you that. You know, and if they can't get in for a couple of days, that's going to be annoying for them. And then they're going to cause problems, basically. Yeah.
So you want to kind of eradicate those problems from the off. And I know a lot of you, if you're new nail techs, may feel a bit thrown in the deep end when you're starting out. And so the best thing you can do is to continually educate yourself. Go on little workshop courses, do online stuff. You know, be part of a community where you're constantly supported. You know, watch our YouTube and educate yourself continually, so you do get better and better and better. But yeah, hopefully all these top tips we've said in this video will really help you to make loads of money, and you can go on your dream holidays. But apparently nail techs are not allowed time off, because we always need to be there doing everybody else's nails for when they go on holiday.
Well, at least you can go get your nails done by somebody else. Like, look at Cheryl.
Oh my God, yeah. Cheryl comes and has her nails done for her holidays.
Yeah, Cheryl does 10 clients a day, 7 days a week.
She's fast. She is fast. Yeah, she works long hours, but she's super fast. So it just goes to show, when you've been in the industry for a long time, your times will actually get shorter and shorter the more practice you do. So don't worry about that right now, but the more you do, the quicker you're going to get and the more money you're going to make. Okay.
When they're first starting out and you're sort of practicing on people, should you still be charging them?
Right, okay. That is a very good question. So, my daughter, Cassidy, those of you might remember when she was so young and she was on the videos, she's actually starting to do nails. So she's going to college and she's going to be doing beauty. I'm like, oh my God, I want of them is actually taking it on. I thought I was going to have 2 daughters, but no, none of them were going to actually, you know, be in the nail or beauty industry. But no, Cassidy is. Cassidy is starting to practice on her friends with my supervision, and I've said to her, you need to charge them. End of. You need to charge them, because you need to be covering any kind of product that you're using. You need to be covering some of your time. And yes, it's practice. And that is important. So I would always charge something, because if you start off not charging anything, those friends will expect you to do them for nothing all of the time. So at least charge, like, say, £15–20 just to cover everything.
It's funny, even in my industry, in the TV and film industry, if we're making a short film for somebody, and it's like, you know, there isn't any money.
Yeah.
You know, we will, and this goes for camera people. Everybody does it. We give our invoice in, and we put what we charge.
Yeah.
And then we put the discount.
Yeah.
So we say you're getting 75% discount here.
Ah.
So
yeah.
Just so that they know. This is what it should charge.
Yeah.
This is what it should be costing you.
Yeah.
And then they can prepare for the next time.
Yeah.
So that maybe they've got a bit more money.
Yeah.
And they know that everyone's going to get paid properly. So yeah, at least covering your costs of your products.
Yeah. Definitely. But then that's to make them aware of when you are fully qualified, you will be charging, say, £45, and they're getting it for £15 or £20. So you're getting quite a discount. Do you know what I mean? And yes, don't get me wrong, they're helping you out because they're being a model for you, but they're still going away with a set of nails. So
yeah,
you've got to charge.
They might be giving you 2 hours of their time. You're giving them 4 weeks of nails.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's good girl math, that is. That is good girl math.
God, I've been hanging around here too long.
I know. So they've had 2 hours of their time, but then they've got 4 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks of nails. Yes, that's a very good point, that is. You need to tell them that as well. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you make a little bit more money and understand how you can make more money. And I just want to reiterate, make sure you charge for your nail art, please, because, do you know what I mean? Don't be giving it away for free. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on our other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that shebang. And I'll see you guys in the next video.